Welcome back to Queenbrina SABtastic LYFE! Now, as you can see, I'm currently not at home at my current backdrop. I am actually staying at the Mandarin Oriental for my birthday staycation with two special guests who I will be featuring on today's video. Now, for today, I'm making a special video just for you guys. Now, I know so many of you have been questioning about dating, relationships, and love life. Now for today's video, I'm gonna be doing that, but I'm not alone. Please welcome Katie and Mohini! So hi guys,
Hi.
welcome to my YouTube video. So today I'm gonna be asking you guys some generic and specific questions relating to boys, dating, and love life. So shall we get started?
Yeah, we should.
Okay. So first off is the generic questions. Good question number one. What type of guys are you interested in? Do you have any preferences as such or none at all? Let me start off with Katie.
Well, preferably I would like Asians.
Asians.
Yeah. And you must have like patience, family oriented.
Patience is key.
Yep. And loving.
You know, speaking of family orient, like family is the most important thing in life. So if your guy is a family orient person, like you should keep him. What about you?
For me, when I was younger, I used to like people of my own race, but I think as I got older, I kind of had more of an open mind. And the guy I'm dating is definitely not my race. He's Chinese, so he's Chinese guy, so like very different. And he's ended up being the best one. So.
Well, for me, I personally don't have any preferences. Back in the day, I used to be a really picky person when it comes to like liking and choosing guys I want, but like just having so much expectations on that just set me up with so much disappointment. So I just grew into a much more positive mindset of I will like who I like, because like at the end of the day, like age doesn't matter, looks don't matter. The only thing that matters is personality, and it will show once you get to know the guy better. Personally, for me, if I had a type I fancy the most, it would be mixed races. Specifically, I would look at the Asian guys, so like half white, half Asians. And yeah. Also, speaking of Asians, there's currently this guy I came across on TikTok who I really like. I don't know if you guys might have heard of him. Like, his name is Will Green, and his TikTok and Instagram username is Will Your BF. You guys can search him up if you want. I highly recommend you guys too. He's part of this YouTube group called OBL, which is short for Our Boring Life, and it's basically a YouTube channel featuring users like Johnny Valentine, Mark Ryan, Gianluca, Ty, and many other guys that I've yet to name. But yes, you should go check them out. Next question. What's your ideal first date spot? Mohini, let's start off with you.
So what I wrote is my first ideal date spot would be somewhere quiet, like the pier or like any like sightseeing places, and also have lunch. Something like very chill, laid back. With those dates, you can actually get to know one another and actually spend quality time together.
It's all about quality.
Yes.
Not quantity.
Yes, exactly. Then after the first date, you guys can do all sorts of activities together once getting to know each other.
I would agree with Mohini. Like, sightseeing would be a really good activity for like first date spot, because like the only sight you like to see in the first place is the guy.
Katie's face.
Well, I totally agree with the sightseeing.
Yeah. What is your ideal first date spot for you?
Well, I would like to go for night walks by like the sea.
Night walks.
Do like sightseeing as well. Yeah.
Night walks. How romantic and cute. Honestly, like the activities you suggested, like both of you suggested for ideal first date spots are really nice. Like, so Mohini, you said you like sightseeing, and I think sightseeing is a very intimate activity, as well as the night walks, because like in the night, streets are quiet, so you basically get to have the whole space and environment for yourself. Personally, for me, if I were to pick a dating spot that was ideal for the very first date, I would strongly like suggest picking a place or an activity where you and the other person are required to do a lot of talking and communication. So let's say, for instance, you go to watch a sports game, like let's say baseball, soccer, or even basketball, or let's take it up a notch and go to an escape room. For these kind of activities, it will obviously require a lot of communication and speaking between you and the guy you're with, because first of all, like if you're in an escape room, you both need to communicate constantly just to figure out how to escape from one room to another and basically like get out of the trapped room. And yes, as for soccer game, basketball or baseball game, you obviously need to talk as well, because like you need to like observe what's going on within the match and etc.
Yeah, I was gonna say like for like a worst date, probably don't choose movie dates or like sports games, because you really have no communication with the other person. It's just really awkward, right? Silent. So yeah, do something that you can discuss and work together.
And as long as an activity makes you comfortable, like just go with it. Like don't force yourself to like engage into something that makes you uncomfortable, especially if it's your very first date with that person. Just take your time, like take it easy. Like no one is forcing you to like rush into things.
Right.
Okay, now moving on to the third question. So when do you guys know when's the right time for yourself to be mentally and emotionally be in a relationship? Mohini?
Me? So I said I don't think there is a right time. You will know like when it happens. Like you'll just know. Just follow your heart, follow your guts. You need to keep asking yourself, like, am I willing to put myself in this relationship at this point in time in my life? And if you are unsure about it or you have some doubts about it, maybe best not to go ahead with it. However, like in my case, I said it like if you are feeling really hopeful about it, very strong about it, you can go ahead.
How about you? Yeah, totally agree with you, Mohini. Yeah, personally, like believe that there's no right timing, especially like we live in like a really fast-paced country with like hectic schedules.
Yeah, honestly, Hong Kong is such a fast-paced city. Like everyone is literally just rushing from like one place to another. Even when it's not rush hour, everyone here, like their mindset is completely different to the people I've met like overseas. In Hong Kong, like I think people are nice. Like as long as you find the right people, then you're perfectly fine to click with anyone. But the thing with Hong Kong people to me is that everyone here is so centric towards like their future and their career. Even I'm speaking from past experience, because like when I had my high school, like here with like both of you, I've noticed that when everyone was studying, they kind of like saw their whole studies and future as like it's their competition. And to me, like I feel like it's too much competition for me, and I belong to an environment that's completely different, like more laid back, slow paced, and very chill. But yeah, it's like the thing is you can't really tell like how ready you are for a relationship. It just comes by when you least expect it. You just have to.
It'll come naturally.
Yes, it'll all come naturally, and you just have to make sure you're in the right mindset for it. Because if not, then it's not gonna work out. So I think I've finished with all the generic questions. So I'm gonna move on to the specific questions, which is narrowing down more into the relationship aspects. Now, Mohini, I think out of the three of us, you're the only one who's currently in a relationship right now, because Katie and I were still single and we're looking for like our loved ones to like come find us whenever the timing is possible. So Mohini, I'm gonna move on and focus on you right now. So Katie, if you want to stay, you can. If not, like you're free to go.
Okay, I'll see you next time then.
Bye. Bye, Katie. I'll see you in a bit. So Mohini, so correct me if I'm wrong. You're in a relationship with someone right now. Is that correct?
I am.
Okay, so my first question for you would be, how did you meet your guy?
Well, I met my boyfriend's name is Darren. I met him through a dating app. We talked for a bit before we met, but we really got to know each other really well during our first date.
Oh, that's so cute. So it started off online and it slowly shifted into like face to face, right?
Yeah, well, it quickly shifted into face to face. Yeah.
Oh, so how long have you known him for?
I've known him. Currently, it hasn't been that long. I met him just like over less than a month ago.
Damn.
Yeah, that's correct. But it feels like I've known him for a very long time. It feels like I've known him for a lifetime. already, and that really sparked my interest in him because with other guys, it's always ended up nowhere, and with him, it was very, very different with him. So I don't mind it being short.
Seems to me that this is a newfound love that's gonna unfold into something bigger down the line. Ooh. So, anyways, next question. So, what do you think your current relationship is like with Dan right now? So, you said to me that you guys are now seeing each other face to face. It started off as online, but then it changed to face to face. Would you consider this like long distance and serious, or just a casual thing you're having with him right now?
No, it's definitely serious with him. We're currently long distance. When we originally met, it was face to face for a bit, but now it's gonna be long distance for a few months. But it's definitely serious, and we are looking for long term. So that was one thing that we wanted. Another reason why we wanted to be together is because our generation, not many people are looking for long term, and both me and him are. So that's why we clicked.
Well, that's really cute. I think the most important thing about relationships, whether it's long term or even some relationship that's just freshly new, it's very important if like the two of you like find ways to like instantly click with each other, or even if you guys have like common interests, or
if you guys are on the same page.
Yeah, same page, common interests, and if you and him are like complete opposites of each other, let's say you are this and he's that, I feel like that's also another way you guys can complement each other, because opposites attract.
Yeah. Oh yes, definitely.
So to wrap off this video, my question for you is, so considering you met this guy on a dating app, do you have any advice for any single ladies, gentlemen, or people out there, like singles in general? Like, what advice would you like to give to them if they are considering to look for their loved ones online?
Well, to start off, I want to say like it's not always the best to meet someone through a dating app.
I honestly agree.
Yeah, you really have to know if the person is like safe or not. Like with me and him, the more we talked, I got his Instagram. After that, we met. So just make sure he's good, he's decent. But for like online dating, I think I said my advice would be like to go with the flow. Don't really have high expectations when you decide to meet for the first time, as they will always crash down one way or another. I've met other guys through dating apps. They've never been anything like this. So, and also another advice would be don't force anything. That's a really big one. If you guys don't connect, you don't connect. So just keep that in mind. My last advice would be don't judge a book by its cover. In my experience, I was not looking for a serious relationship, as I've always had like not good ones in the past. But when he came along, all of a sudden it was really easy with him. I was able to be myself with him, and made me very happy. So just choose wisely.
Yeah, about choosing wisely, I just want to add that sometimes on dating apps, people tend to lie about their age. They could claim that they're a lot younger than how old they actually are, or they might claim that they're a lot older than their actual age.
Or even look like the pictures.
Yeah, you also need to bear in mind that there's a thing called catfishing and dating scams. So you also need to be careful for that, because like some people are serious on the app, whereas some are just trolling around looking for hookups or looking for like sex and money. So keep an eye out on that. But all in all, I think I agree with everything what Winnie said for like her advice if you want to look for someone online. I think it's also about time as well, taking the time to get to know that person. Yeah. So take it easy, take your time, keep it at a slow and steady pace, and don't change for anyone or anything, because you're perfect as your own true authentic self. So stay that way, and the right person will come to you whenever and least expected.
Yeah, two things. One, for the dating apps, like if you are actually really wanting to consider dating apps, there are a few certain dating apps that are like relatively safe. Like the one I use, it was Bumble. That Bumble is relatively safe, like people-wise, so I recommend using that if you want. Second thing, is for dates and stuff. Like I would suggest, like don't just cut your date plan like really short. Like just have lunch. I think it's really important for you to have like multiple activities during a date, so you can have like, at least like 4 to 6 hours with him or her in a date, so you can actually like get to know the person very well instead of just cutting it for like a short lunch and just go home and you're not sure. So yeah, just lots of quality time.
Yes, quality time and just all that time and consistency to get to know each other and see each other. If after one day that person doesn't follow up with you, just move on, go find someone else. Like, there's plenty of fishes out there. You just have to keep going until you find the right one.
It's more like protection, so yeah, just keep going.
Yeah, don't be upset if you get rejected or things don't work out. Just enjoy the journey along the way. At the end of the day, who you meet and who you end up with, it will help you learn more about yourself, and you also get to observe what you like and don't like about other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Anyways, that wraps up our video for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like to hear more of my content, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. I will be posting more of my updates like regularly, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video.